Moonshiners make 140 proof absinthe deep in the Louisiana Bayou, in the heart of the swampy wilderness of the Louisiana Bayou, where the air is thick with the scent of moss, and the waters swirl with the murky mysteries of the swamp. A group of moonshiners has been quietly perfecting an age-old craft. Their concoction? A potent, high-proof absinthe that clocks in at a staggering 140 proof. It is a drink that evokes both admiration and trepidation, a beverage woven with legend, intrigue, and danger, all brewed in the clandestine corners of the Bayou. Moonshining, the art of making illegal spirits, has a rich history in America. It dates back to the 18th century, when settlers in the Appalachian Mountains used whatever resources they could find to produce their own alcohol, bypassing the law and avoiding the exorbitant taxes on liquor. Over the years, moonshine has taken on a kind of romanticized, rebellious spirit, produced in hidden stills, far from the watchful eyes of authorities, often resulting in high-proof, raw, and unrefined alcohol. However, what makes the moonshiners of the Louisiana Bayou so unique is the product they've chosen to perfect: absinthe. The mystique of Absinthe is a spirit that has been steeped in legend and mystery. It gained notoriety in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, particularly in Europe, where it was consumed by artists, writers, and intellectuals. The drink was often associated with a bohemian lifestyle. Its distinct green color and potent kick made it the drink of choice for those seeking inspiration and liberation. However, it was also surrounded by dark tales, including accusations of madness, hallucinations, and madness brought on by excessive consumption. Many believed that absinthe contained a dangerous chemical called thujone, which was said to induce a hallucinatory effect, adding to its allure and mystique. Absinthe has long been banned in many countries, including the United States, due to its connection with these myths. But in recent years, absinthe has made a comeback, albeit under strict regulations. Authentic absinthe, made from wormwood, fennel, and aniseed, is now available once more in bars across the globe. But for the moonshiners of the Louisiana Bayou, creating this elusive spirit has never been about following regulations. Their goal has always been about crafting a product that stands apart, something bold, potent, and undeniably unique. The secret recipe in the dense forests and waters of the Louisiana Bayou, a small group of moonshiners has been distilling their own version of absinthe, far removed from the commercialized varieties you might find in bars or liquor stores. Deep in the heart of the swamp, far from prying eyes, they have perfected a recipe that is nothing short of a work of art. The process begins in a small, nondescript cabin that sits on stilts, perched above the sluggish waters of the Bayou. The building seems almost as if it belongs to the land itself, blending seamlessly into the swamp with its moss-covered wooden beams and overgrown vines. Inside, it's a different world, a world of copper stills, glassware, and herbs, all set against the faint scent of alcohol and wood smoke. At the center of the operation is Jesse, the leader of the group, a grizzled veteran of the moonshine trade. Jess has been crafting spirits for decades, and his knowledge of the art is both deep and intuitive. He's not just making alcohol, he's making an experience. His absinthe, unlike the standard version you might find in a store, is created in small batches, using an old recipe passed down from his grandfather, who was an expert in both distillation and herbal medicine. The base ingredients are familiar: wormwood, fennel, and aniseed. However, Jess's version of absinthe goes much deeper. He adds a secret blend of local herbs and spices found only in the Bayou. These include ingredients like sassafras root, Louisiana sweetgrass, and even a touch of alligator pepper, a spice native to the region. These herbs, along with the traditional ingredients, infuse the drink with an earthy, almost mystical flavor that cannot be replicated elsewhere. But it's not just about the herbs. The process of distilling the absinthe is where the magic truly happens. Jess and his crew carefully monitor the temperature and humidity, ensuring that the alchemical reaction inside the stills happens just right. The distillation takes hours, with the Moonshiners constantly watching over their work, making adjustments as needed. The temperature must be just right to pull the essential oils from the herbs and create a smooth, clean drink. Once the distillation is complete, the absinthe is transferred into large, glass demijohns where it rests for several weeks. During this time, the flavors continue to meld, and the spirit develops a rich emerald green color. At this stage, it's already powerful, boasting a high alcohol content of over 140 proof. Ready, but it's still the final touch. The final touch of the process is what truly sets this absinthe apart from anything you might find on the market. Rather than serving the spirit straight, the Moonshiners use a traditional method known as the Luch effect. This involves slowly adding ice water to the absinthe, causing the liquid to turn a milky, opalescent white as the oils from the herbs cloud the clear alcohol. It's a ritual, one that turns drinking absinthe into an experience rather than just an act of consumption. In fact, the Moonshiners in the Bayou have elevated this ritual to an art form. They don't just pour the absinthe, they carefully prepare it, often using custom-made spoons and glasses, drawing on techniques from centuries-old absinthe traditions in Europe. For these Moonshiners, it's not enough to simply make a high-proof spirit. They want to create a ceremony, a sensory experience that engages every part of the drinker's being. To add another layer of mystique, the Moonshiners often serve their absinthe alongside a small flame. They set a chevauqueux on fire, letting it melt into the drink before stirring it in. This fiery ritual serves to not only enhance the flavor, but to also heighten the intensity of the drinking experience, turning every sip into a moment of deep immersion. The Moonshiners' reputation. While Moonshiners in the Bayou have been perfecting their craft for years, they are still very much a hidden part of the region's fabric. The operation is secretive, and the Moonshiners prefer to keep it that way. There's always the risk of law enforcement or federal agents catching wind of their operation, and the stakes are high. Getting caught distilling absinthe, especially one with such a high proof, could land them in serious legal trouble. But for Jesse and his crew, the danger is part of the allure. They don't make moonshine for the money or the fame. They make it because it's what they know best. It's a craft that has been passed down through generations, one that connects them to their ancestors and the land they call home. Their absinthe, as dangerous and potent as it is, carries with it a sense of pride and craftsmanship that can only come from years of dedication. The 140 proof absinthe isn't just a drink. It's a testament to the Moonshiners' skills, a product of the Bayou's mystery and allure, and a drink that challenges those who dare to partake. The enduring legacy of the Bayou Moonshiners. The Moonshiners of the Louisiana Bayou are more than just outlaws. They are artisans, preserving a piece of history that has been passed down through generations. Their absinthe is a reflection of the spirit of the Bayou itself, wild, untamed, and full of secrets. In a world of mass-produced, factory-made spirits, they stand apart as defenders of tradition, creators of something raw and powerful. As long as the Bayou remains wild and untouched, the Moonshiners will continue their craft, making absinthe that is not just potent, but also filled with the mystique and legacy of the land. For them, it's not about chasing fame or fortune. It's about honoring the old ways and keeping alive the traditions of a time when making spirits was more than just a business. It was a way of life. Moonshiners make 140 proof absinthe deep in the Louisiana Bayou, in the heart of the swampy wilderness of the Louisiana Bayou, where the air is thick with the scent of moss, and the waters swirl with the murky mysteries of the swamp, a group of moonshiners has been quietly perfecting an age-old craft. Their concoction? A potent, high-proof absinthe that clocks in at a staggering 140 proof. It is a drink that evokes both admiration and trepidation, a beverage woven with legend, intrigue, and danger, all brewed in the clandestine corners of the Bayou. Moonshining, the art of making illegal spirits, has a rich history in America. It dates back to the 18th century, when settlers in the Appalachian Mountains used whatever resources they could find to produce their own alcohol, bypassing the law and avoiding the exorbitant taxes on liquor. Over the years, moonshine has taken on a kind of romanticized, rebellious spirit, produced in hidden stills, far from the watchful eyes of authorities, often resulting in high-proof, raw, and unrefined alcohol. However, what makes the Moonshiners of the Louisiana Bayou so unique is the product they've chosen to perfect: absinthe. The mystique of Absinthe is a spirit that has been steeped in legend and mystery. It gained notoriety in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, particularly in Europe, where it was consumed by artists, writers, and intellectuals. The drink was often associated with a bohemian lifestyle. Its distinct green color and potent kick made it the drink of choice for those seeking inspiration and liberation. However, it was also surrounded by dark tales, including accusations of madness, hallucinations, and madness brought on by excessive consumption. Many believed that absinthe contained